is the National Civil Defense Headquarters. There is an epidemic of mass murder with no apparent pattern or reason. The killers are eating the flesh of the people they kill. Remain in your home. Keep all doors and windows locked or boarded shut. That's all for now.
Hey, don't look at it. I need you to get some wood. Whoa, don't shoot! How long have you guys been down there?
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
All law enforcement agencies have been organized to destroy the marauding ghouls.
Good Lord.
Stay safe out there.
Some of us can go out and try to get to the truck.
We've got to get down into the cellar.
If you're coming, come on! Let me in!
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Night of the Animated Dead. Look for it on digital and Blu-ray.
They're coming to get you, Barbara. One of my favorite moments from the classic original. This is Will. This is your head zombie or your head ghoul. You know, listening to the trailer, that's really cool. Ghoul is cool. I like ghoul. Yeah, I like ghoul is cool. You know, it never caught on. It's always zombie, or now it's dead. You know, Walking Dead or The Dead, Walkers, because of course I have the TV show. But yes, this is Will. This is your head ghoul. And actually a ghoul, I just looked it up. It says a ghoul is a demon-like being or monstrous humanoid. The concept originated in pre-Islamic Arabian religion associated with graveyards and the consumption of human flesh. So there you go. And it says modern fiction often uses the term to label a certain kind of undead monster. So if you're paying attention, the very first sort of modern dead movie, zombie movie, George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead, uses ghoul, not zombie. It says the abilities like a superhero, supervillain. Abilities: drinks blood, eats the dead, preys on young children. So, but zombie and dead is the term that really took off, and now in our modern horror landscape, in our modern horror film and TV landscape, it's zombie or it's dead. Right, it's or walkers, dead walkers. So we're talking about zombies and ghouls, but in specific, we're talking about Night of the Animated Dead. This is the animated version of George Romero's classic Night of the Living Dead. Now, a lot of my friends did not know it existed, had no, notion of it. It was released just about a year ago, 2021, September. So it's been a little over a year. And it is produced by Warner Brothers Animation. And it stars as the voice actors, because it's animated, a nice roster here. Katie Sackhoff as Judy. Josh Duhamel as Harry Cooper. Dulé Hill as Ben, Catherine Isabel as Barbara, James Rade Rodriguez as Tom, Nancy Travis as Helen Cooper, Will Sasso from Mad TV, one of my favorites, as Sheriff McClelland, and Jimmy Simpson as Johnny. So we've got, some real household names here, and they're the voices of the dead. They're the voices of the animated dead. So I had been curious to watch this for a while. And courtesy of my buddy Tom, I got to see it a couple nights ago. Actually, right on Halloween. I watched it on Halloween night. And I liked it. I mean, there's no way I'm going to call it a classic or spectacular or any sort of, reinvention of both the horror genre or animation movie genre, but it's good. I mean, the animation, I was telling my buddy Adam, who's a big horror fan, it's not Disney Pixar quality. It's serviceable. I'd say it's better than Saturday Morning. I think they get the backgrounds and the props and the items and all the things, better or really good. The animation itself, it's not spectacular. It's serviceable. It works. I think they probably could have spent a little bit more money or time. Is it a cheapie? I would imagine it's a cheapie. Let's see, they don't even list the budget on the official wiki. It just says 2021 American adult animated zombie horror film, directed by Jason Axon, featuring the voices of the cast that I listed. It is an adaptation of the 1968 George A. Romero film Night of the Living Dead. And, a lot of things sort of, went through my zombie ghoul-infested brain while watching is, number one, you're taking a classic, so you're not remaking it. Now, they did remake Night of the Living Dead. Tom Savini, the great horror makeup artist, he directed. It was great. It was in color. I love it. It's a great version because it departs in certain ways, of course, but it's still true to the classic. But that's a remake, a redo. With Night of the Animated Dead, you're going, in a different medium, animation. I'm a big animation. I'm a big animated fan. I'm a big fan of animation. So that alone, if you're a fan of animation, there's something there for you. There's definitely something for animation fans. And then, of course, for horror fans, zombie, ghoul, Walking Dead films and TV shows and stories, you've got that as well. And then in a larger way, in a larger sort of entertainment landscape, again, I was discussing this with a friend, and my friend Eddie as well, he hasn't seen it yet, Eddie Stake. I was like, this is a great way, a potential to kind of redo these classics. Again, we all know remakes, and, I'm usually not even against them. I say kind of why bother? I'll watch the remake. Sometimes they're okay. Usually they're not. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th. Those are two off the top of my head that really kind of worked, and I enjoyed them. Most of the time, I don't. But with an animated film, with an animated remake, you have, this different medium, a different look, a different feel. What's cool about the Night of the Animated Dead is they do go further in certain scenes. I don't want to spoil, and you'll see. And it's not long extended scenes, but you've got more, extension and enhancement to certain scenes, which I applauded. And again, I'm looking at the larger sort of picture down the line if they do this with other movies. Carnival of Souls, that's a great one. I'd love to see maybe an animated version of that. And again, with these low budget films, the budget prevented them from doing this more epic, and longer sort of version. With animation, you can get away with a lot more, and the budget is, allows you. It's not, limiting you. So to me, that's the most exciting thing, to see these, things in the future with other productions, perhaps. And also, again, with remakes, I was thinking, well, when you see a remake, this new actor who's doing the live version, you're always going to compare them to the old one. Sadly, Anne Heche just passed. She was Marion Crane in the new version of Psycho. So everyone kept comparing her to Janet Leigh. But with animation, you don't have that nearly as much. You have a voice actor and you have an animated character. So again, I don't foresee this, huge rush and stampede to remake classics in an animated way. I think it's definitely interesting and definitely something on the table for a lot of producers and directors to say, look, we can remake something in an animated form, and we don't have all those maybe negative comparisons. And again, it's a different art form. It's a different medium. So you're able to kind of go in different places. This was Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is the producer. It's listed, and it says The Long Game and Hemisphere Entertainment, but the main is Warner Brothers Animation, distributed by Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. So obviously, next to Disney and say Pixar, Warner Brothers, the Looney Tunes, and all the great DC superhero movies, they're good. I mean, they're definitely second or third in the industry. So it would be really cool to see other, reinterpretations and incarnations for classics in animated style. So I want to thank you guys for listening. As usual, subscribe if you have not. We're free. We're always free. Then we have the paid tier with goodies, exclusives, interviews that you can't get as a freebie. As a free ghoul, you can be a paid ghoul. So yeah, go check out Night of the Animated Dead. I think it's, again, anyone who's a horror fan, a zombie ghoul fan in particular, and a fan of the classic Romero movie, you're going to find things you like. One of the things I did immediately thereafter, which won't surprise you, is I watched the original. So this is probably another way they envision this. You watch the animated Dead, and then you want to see the original, and you compare them. So you can kind of do a little marathon, a little binge watching, zombie style, ghoul style. Go watch Night of the Animated Dead, and remember, they're coming to get you, Barbara. See you soon.